December 7th here today in Southern Ontario, Canada. A personal video, although it goes to a lot of the politics and the situations that we're here in Canada. Alright, I'll come back to the truck. Here's the situation. I've rented this dump for 10 years, sorry. Rent's always paid on time, blah, blah, blah. Upkeep is totally mine. The deal was no rent increase forever because I carry all of the maintenance expenses. Of course, the rent has gone up $700 a month in that time period. And I'll say at this point that while I'm old white stock Canadian, my landlord isn't. And I'll just leave it at that. I'd hate to be busted down by our haircut at the helm for hate speech. So, this lot has about 8 acres to be plowed. Now, I was getting paid, I charged them half by the hour of what that was worth. And this year, they've informed me I have to plow it for free or I'm gone. I can get out. Simple as that. Now, I'm not asking for sympathy or any advisement. I'm aware of the Landlord-Tenant Act rules. This is blatantly illegal, etc. So, anyways, the housing situation in Canada is such that there's what they call a housing crisis. I'm looking at this machine because it gasses you out so bad. Oh yes, there's a crack there, needs repaired. We're expected to use this. Well, it's not the right type of piece of equipment at all. You can see just how hokey a setup they have here. Anyways, we have this housing crisis. Now, why do we have a housing crisis in Canada? Purchase of properties. The government says it's 22%, it's over 30% in reality. The people I know who are in a similar situation to myself, if they've been displaced, I'll call it, from their residence, asked to leave, there is nothing out there at any price. There just simply is not. The people I know who found themselves in this unfortunate circumstance, they've been forced to buy trailers and move into trailer courts, although we have a problem with that in Ontario. You're not supposed to be there all year round. You have to leave in the winter. Where are you gonna go? I know one fellow, he's just renting a field. Well, he's not the only fellow I know who has rented a field to park his trailer in and, you know, has to haul in water. I mean, it's crazy here in Canada. So I'm in between a rock and a hard place. Now I'm expected to maintain this lot for free. And I really don't have a choice. Yeah. You know, there's no loyalties with his kind, I will say. Despite the fact I've been a model tenant, no rent receipt. You know what I mean? He don't pay taxes on that. In fact, he won't give any of his commercial tenants here a receipt either. They're terrible people. Anyways, what do? I got to swallow it, right? And use this cumbersome, inadequate equipment, which just takes more time. I discussed it with my roommate. He's been with me, I think 7 years now. And while my attitude is take a hard stance, he's quite right in the sense that while the law is on our side, we will be run out of here if we don't roll over on this. What would you call it? It's, what's the word I'm looking for? It's eluding me. Well, it's extortion. That's the word I'm looking for. Simple extortion. So we're going to share the time that it takes to do this. We simply don't have a choice. So why is there a housing crisis in Canada? Well, it's because our haircut at the helm has flooded our country with an open immigration policy. We've had more than 500,000 immigrants come into this country on a population starting out at 36 million. We've had over 500,000 a year for the last 6 years. Now, I'm not prejudiced. My parents didn't raise me that way. This is a country founded on immigration. On my father's side, I go back 7 generations. On my mother, 5. I'm as old white stock as they get. And our haircut at the helm has blatantly stated that we will be replaced, and we are being replaced. And this is what has caused the housing crisis in Canada. Back to the second piece of equipment. I don't know how they managed damaging that. Whoa. Ha. Wow. Probably one of their clients' trucks over there. That certainly wasn't me. And last year when I was using this truck, this wasn't like this. No point in asking them anything. I just found the keys for both of the pieces of equipment hanging here. And when we paid the rent, it was my roommate John who dealt with the landlord because my patience is exhausted. But again, we're in between a rock and a hard place. And it comes back to our haircut at the helm simply importing votes. That's what it boils down to. He squeaked by the last election barely, based just solely on that. So I'll wrap up this video by saying, look at the pathetic little blade on this truck. We're literally forced, to work for free with inadequate equipment. Now, I'm not asking for sympathy or any advisement on the Landlord-Tenant Act, the legalities of this situation. I'm well aware of our options. But we would, in the end, be displaced. And there's nowhere to go. To buy at this point in time, crazy. Peak of a bubble. Interest rates destined inevitably to rise very, very soon here in Canada. And, oh yes, our government can confiscate anything we own. So, would it be a good idea to buy something to get out of here? Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, things are bad in Canada. It's not just, well, I mean, it's bad all over the world, isn't it? But people don't seem to realize here in Canada how much of it falls upon the shoulders of one man who's got some nice hair.